Her hair, the colour of fire. The hills that surrounded her, orange and alive. The canyon, breathing and full of life. The girl knelt on the cliff of the sandstone canyon, her feet tucked under her body. Her hands in front of her chest with her palms together, pointing upward. Her back straight and her chin tucked slightly in, eyes closed, breathing in and out steadily, wearing a plain grey dress and her hair short and straight. Heat pressed down around her, hot and dry. Below the cliffs were strange green trees, thick, spiked and rounded at the top. Pointed needles covered the entire skin of the tree. The girl continued to meditate. From behind a bush, a small red fox emerged. The fox came to the girl, and the girl opened her eyes, touching the fox's head, then under its chin, inspecting it. She patted the fox and scooted it with both her hands out of the way, telling it to go. The heat continued to press down around her without a breeze. The girl stood on the cliff edge in a warrior stance, ready to fight. Abruptly, in the distance could be heard a faint beating on the earth. Drums. A small army coming closer and closer to the girl. Her eyes narrowed intensely, her expression fierce. Fear nowhere near her. The sky stayed a bright blue, no clouds, but over the ridge of the canyon came a dozen black, tall, ominous figures with black bone sticks in their grasp, pounding and beating in unison, getting closer and closer. The girl turned her body in their direction and faced them. She closed her eyes, but only long enough to inhale a momentous breath. Opening her eyes, and with a fierce blow, she exhaled. Her breath powerfully shot out towards the destroyers. The tornado-like wind grabbed hold of the sticks they held, shattering them into pieces and forcing them to lose the rhythm of their beating. Once she had gotten their attention, she ran toward a cave opening, and the destroyers followed, slowly and still in perfect rhythm, but silently, with no beating sticks. From inside the cave, the girl shouted,
"I am a life breather! I will destroy you if you come in here!"
She was clearly warning them, but also calling to them. The destroyers could not resist her breath. They came to the cave opening. They needed her breath. They desired it, wanting it more than anything. As they entered the cave, she continued to yell and taunt them.
"I am Mandy! I am a life breather! You have no power here!"
The destroyers followed her deeper into the cave until no light remained from the outside. They moved forward, closer to her. She could feel their malice. The darkness emanating from the destroyers could be felt even through the darkness of the cave. After moments of silent staring, she yelled,
"You will not touch me! You will not steal my breath! It is mine! You cannot take it!"
In each hand, she held a smooth, silvery black stone. A light glowed inside of each. Holding the stones up in the air, a beam of light shot out of each rock. The light wrapped around the destroyers like a rope, surrounding the black figures. The cave lit up, the destroyers strangled in the center of the cave, the light suffocating them. Gasping helplessly, moaning in a rash tone, they fell to the floor of the cave, choked by the light. They collapsed and shrank until nothing remained but a pile of black ash. Mandy stood in front of them and closed her eyes, lowering her head. Exhausted, Mandy collapsed to the ground, taking in huge breaths of air. Sweat dripped from her face, and she lay there in a heap until her strength returned. Emerging from the cave opening, the Red Fox pup met her at the entrance. Bending down, she cupped her hands around its furry face and whispered, "You were worth it." And she smiled a tired smile. The fox leapt onto her lap and licked her face. Still sweaty and exhausted, she sat down and cuddled the animal for the rest of the afternoon. Leena opened her eyes. The sun barely peeked out over the bluff. She looked over at Jillian, who lay awake. Jillian's eyes were wide open, and the expression on her face told Leena they had the same dream.
"You saw Mandy," Leena affirmed. "Yes, we need to go to her," Jillian answered eagerly. "I'm ready. I know you've both been waiting on me, and I'm ready now."